Folks, if anybody wants to know about Leo Wanta, I know on Griff's website there's some good information on that, and that's, I think, Griff, it's Talking Points, the number 4, radio.tripod.com.
Yeah, you have to go to the http:// points number 4 radio.tripod.com. Yes.
Right, and you guys can go ahead and take a look at this. Griff's done a lot of research on this, and has posted, I want to say, a sliver of information on it, because there's so much that has gone on behind the scenes that people really don't know and understand. But anyway, Doc, back to you. We got about 15 minutes left, and I want to just keep pounding away at this.
Well, what I want to say is the powers that be know they can't just go out here and perform nasty things all the time, right?
Right, of course.
They wouldn't be, and so we get into this lull of being deceived by them, which is the period of time that we've been in. It's called night. It's deceptive. It's regressive. And all they do is throw a bone out, They'll say, oh, looky what I did for you. And sure enough, yeah, there's this whole great big, Northwest Arkansas is just thriving and buzzing with enterprise. Well, yeah, why? Well, because they laundered money through Walmart, J.B. Hunt, Tyson Chicken in Northwest Arkansas during the Clinton days. And it's just booming with having to launder money through businesses. So it just spills over in the community. There is a side effect. Now, that doesn't mean they're right. We shouldn't ever justify any of these people for the one little bitty good thing they did for this one person, 2 people, group, or community, when in the other side of their face they're killing millions and plan to take this country down. And you know what? I just touched on it overall, but specifically, Joe and Griff and John, if he's still there, it looks like the attack is going to be financial. And what I haven't had time to connect, though, but it's there, is that CliffBot's software is fuzzy logic. And the fuzzy logic programming is what was used for Promise. And if people know about Promise, if they don't, let me tell you real quick, it was a software package that was developed at Inslaw for the Justice Department. Well, it got into the wrong hands. Make a long story short, it can hack it actually can open any computer system of any language on this planet. So the reason why is maybe they had this terrorist, and maybe he was selling guns so they'd not have to go in the ATF computers. Maybe he was laundering money so they'd have to go in the FinCEN computers. Maybe they thought he was doing something else so it might have to go in the FBI. So this crossing over into all these different computer systems was no problem for this very powerful package called Promise Software that got into the wrong hands, which then hacked into our systems in the financial markets. That it just so happened to be done by a Mossad agent in September of 2008, 1 month prior to the collapse that we got into, where they were saying the sky fell and we had to bail them out. And the reason was they hacked into the systems. They were headed for trillions of dollars. They only got $3.5 trillion of the world's market money system, and it caused us to end up having to pay the bill because they couldn't point their finger at this guy by the name of Rafi Etten, who was a Mossad agent, because he had diplomatic diplomacy, a diplomatic past. Immunity, and they couldn't touch him. And so they pointed their fingers at the American people and said, you guys are going to bail out what he did wrong. Well, where did that money go? Well, now, Griff's information, I've been delving into it. This is an extraordinary story. And, folks, what it amounts to is it doesn't – if they can take your land from you and steal your land, your houses, your cars, your life, and kick you off, that's what warfare does. A lot of times they go across the border and attack you and take everything. That's what the goal of a war is. What if they're doing it without bullets? What if they can do the same thing without firing a shot that we call bullets? Well, they're firing shots, but they're not bullets, and we're at war, and we're about ready to be attacked. I think this November we're going to see some vicious attacks. It's going to be a financial start of collapse, and you better hang on, because it's going to be, I don't mean just bumpy. I mean, there's going to be some casualties and innocent people hurt with the calamities that's coming. So that's about the best I can do, guys, in this time frame. And I hope I didn't confuse anybody, but there's more we need to talk about and maybe cover. So I'm pretty well done. If I have any questions,
folks, we got about 9 minutes left. If anybody wants to call in real quick, the number to call 646-727-3387. Just a little hint: Tuesday afternoon, 4 p.m. on American Freedom Radio with Shepard Ambliss, Intel Hub Radio. Dr. Waterman will be on with him. So if you don't understand anything or miss something, the conversation continues on Tuesday afternoon, 4 p.m. Eastern, on American Freedom Radio. Also, folks, this Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, Bridging the Gap comes back. Freedomlink Radio comes back with Dr. Bill Deagle. We will have Dr. Bill Deagle on for 2 hours, and that should be an interesting interview as well. But, again, we have about 8 minutes left. The number to call, 646-727-3387. Anybody have any questions or concerns they want to address? The email address for this show is thefreedomlink@centurylink.net. And one question from the audience, Doc, is do you have a website? Is there any website that you can refer to that they can get in contact with you?
Actually, yes, probably next Friday, which is really, I never noticed it, but it's 10/1 of 10, 111. My website comes online. It's going to be simplyyourhealth.com, and that's with no W, so it's just http://simplyyourhealth.com will get you there. And it'll be coming online right now. Go there, because you can log in, give me your email, and then you'll get a notice of when the thing goes live. So if you just go to simplyyourhealth.com, you'll see a little place where you can put your email, register, and then you'll get a notice when it goes live, and then you'll be alerted to the information and stuff. And Joe, you were talking something I didn't know the other day about what's coming in the future for all the hosts and the Intel Hub. So I guess there'll be something there, and I can do the health stuff there. But over here where you're talking, I could do this other. So I'm just talking out loud to Joe right now, because you might tell him what's up, but I don't know if you're supposed to.
Well, no, that's all right.
Hope I didn't let the cat out of the bag.
We're targeting, folks, November 1st. We're targeting our own network, free and clear from Blog Talk Radio and all the technical difficulties. Although I must say tonight I'm very impressed that it's been really a good show audio quality-wise. But we're starting with a new lineup, hopefully November 1st. Some of the people that we're going to have on the new network are people like Shepard, myself, A.C. Griffith, John Moore, Kevin Annette. We'll be streaming Dr. Bill Deagle's show, and there'll be many others to come. So just stay tuned. We'll keep people abreast as things go. Right now we're trying to get the website situated and all that kind of stuff, dot the I's, cross the T's. But before we go, Griff, I wanted to get your feelings on what was talked about tonight. Maybe give like a little recap of how you feel about the situation, where you feel like it's going in November, and what people should do.
Well, how many hours do I have to
you can. I need you to compress that into 5 minutes. So go ahead.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
But you can do it.
I really enjoyed listening to you tonight, John. I thought you compressed very well. As I was listening, I was thinking to myself, we collectively know many, many stories that support what you said. Much of this information that I have, I'm afraid to put it out over the air, because in addition to all of the good people out there, there are a lot of bad people that monitor this, that would love to beat me around my head and shoulders for things that I say on the air. I don't know that I can top calling the president a fascist, but somehow I don't feel uncomfortable saying that, but I do I do feel some uncomfortable telling all of these other stories. We could go deep into the Inslaw promise programming. They stole $10 million. The original contract was for $10 million to the Justice Department. Then they reneged on that and stole it. They stole the program, and that $10 million was just to lease the program. So, and then the people that were involved in that, and how it tied into chemtrails and tied into the Oklahoma City bombing, we could paint a pretty good picture of people that had something to do with all of that all together. Many of these things tie together. They really do. And if you stand back far, you can see the connections. But it's something that it's very uncomfortable putting out and naming names. But remember this, the bottom line, believe what we're telling you. I wouldn't be doing this. I'm not making a penny. I don't sell anything. I would never do this if I didn't believe it, if I didn't know it was true. Get as low to the earth as you can coming up to November and afterwards. Stock food. Stock food. Stock the materials that will support your life. Your life is about to change. Millions of people are going to die in this process as we see it. And we know more than you do. And I just can't put all of it out. But believe me, Joe and John King and Dr. Waterman and I would never be saying the things that we're saying if we didn't believe it, if we didn't have a basis for knowing that we're right on what we're telling you. Focus on protecting yourself and your family in the days to come, and it's just about upon us. Not one thing; it's a multitude of things that will come on you at one time. Mainly the financial. The financial will stop you dead in your tracks, but it's much more than that. Joe?
That's right. Folks, we're out of time tonight, but again, Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, we have Dr. Bill Deagle. You can catch Dr. Waterman on Tuesday, 4 p.m. Eastern on American Freedom Radio on the Intel Hub radio show with Shepard Ambliss. I encourage everybody to participate. God bless you all, and I pray that between now and then we can make a lot of headway, exert a little pressure, maybe change the course of what's going on and make a difference, and hopefully get ready to endure this period of unrest that we're about to go through. So good night, everybody, and we'll see you on Thursday evening.